So, why I hate French broom, Scotch broom? Well, French broom is a very pretty plant. It smells great. It has buttery yellow flowers, but it basically pushes out everything else in the area. It's metastasizing. It's not so much evolution.
Survival of the fittest. It's proving its fitness.
It's definitely fit, but if that's all you want, that's what you'll get with broom, because it'll certainly take over this entire hillside. I think it should be removed so we can let the wildflowers and other native plants have a fighting chance.
You're going to stay as low as you can. There is a hill here, but it's not too bad. You're just going to keep going until you get here. After it was cleared the first time, all the seedlings came up. It was a massive carpet. It's now getting down so that those are scattered. Triumph. But we're now up to almost 100 native species. That's a lot of native species, especially for someone who's been doing restoration in areas where almost all the natives have been wiped out. So we're happy if we can get 10 native species really established, and to find this fantastic variety is wonderful. But it takes about 3 years we're going up here, of intense pulling to stop having just a carpet of seedlings every spring. This is Gold Cup, a wonderful California wildflower, just starting to bloom. There's a lot of it out here. So this area down here had a lot of scattered broom. We pulled this last fall.
This is soaproot with the wavy,
yes, the wavy
leaves. It'll bloom. It'll have purple eggplant-colored stalks with little white star-shaped flowers. And the Native Americans made both soap out of it, they ate it as a tuber, and they used the shell of the bulb as a brush.
And made the glue for the brush with the bulb.
That's called blue-eyed grass. It's a tiny iris, but it looks like a grass before it flowers.
These are the most wonderful things, especially for women. They're incredibly empowering. You're going to put this on the stem, close it, and lean back on the lever, and you can pull out a bush much larger than you are.
So if French broom were a supervillain, what would its secret power be?
The power to clone itself.
Wow. You grew up here?
I grew up here, right down there. My house is right down there.
So you're a California native?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I'm an invasive species. Are you going to pull me out by the roots?
Everybody is welcome here unless you're trying to take over.
And what we're doing is that we're just pulling them out persistently so that eventually we will...
So it's just endless?
It's
almost
not endless.
hopeless?
Well, it's not hopeless because we actually have removed a lot of broom in this area.
Really? Because
it used to be a lot more.
It's looking
And those
pretty
area used to be with a lot of broom. And
what, down there?
Right.
So you've been doing this for years, and slowly
you can remove them.
So she said this was empowering for women, picking on a tiny little thin sprig. Does that make you feel big?
Not when it's feeding me like it is right now.
There, you won.
I won.
I hope you're happy.
Okay.
On to the next.
This little twig,
The
right?
jaws of death.
You are editing, right?
As the jaws of death close inexorably on the innocent broom.
Hey, whose side are you on?
All right.
I feel like Godzilla!
That's what they're pulling out.
So you came out to a work party on a Saturday to get out your aggressions on an innocent little plant. Do you have any other anger issues we should know about?
Lots. I hate biological invasions.
Doesn't it seem sort of hopeless to you? I mean, look at that.
Yeah. I don't think it's hopeless.
It's kind of drop in the bucket-ish.
It's very drop in the bucket-ish, but...
So how many is that?
I don't know.
Countless millions?
Yeah, I guess
And many more will fall before the day is done?
Yeah. Definitely. Alright, you want to try this big one, Acacia? Nice!
Whoa! And how did that feel? Was that empowering?
Yeah.
It was so dense that you had trouble walking, finding the trails. They were so overgrown with Scotch Broom.
Up to your shoulders are big.
Right here where you are?
Yeah,
So-
there's huge bushes here they took down last year.
So this looks a lot
Oh yeah.
clearer to me now.
Yeah, this is a war of attrition. It's a matter of keeping at it. I just love the fact that there's one place in El Cerrito they're not going to put on playing fields or anything that's, you know, parks or anything. This is good. It's totally natural. And a lot of people really appreciate that. So we've slowly but surely trying to reclaim it and make it more and more native. So that's why I came out to do it. I should be doing my yard, really my yard.
So if French Broom had a flat tire by the side of the road, would you even stop?
I'd swerve to run over it.
And then back up and come again.
That's right.
So why do you hate Scotch Broom so much?
Scotch Broom killed my daddy.
Do people hate it because it's Scotch Broom? Because they give us butterscotch and Scotch tape and plaid? I mean, those are good. Is it because it's...
I don't know. They sell it down at Home Depot calling it Sweet Broom. So you can buy it.
Oh, so they're spinning it to...
You can buy it and put it in your yard so you can have the seeds come up here so we can spend our Saturdays pulling.
And you put it in a vase on your dining room table?
Yeah. There was a bush up here the other day and I cut a bunch down.
Isn't that like hanging the heads of your vanquished foe?
Sure,
I mean,
why
is
not?
it kind of unseemly?
No, I just figure if it's going to die anyway, it's the only flowers I'd pick up here. So I wouldn't pick the native flowers, so.
So let me get this straight. It's hardy, it's vigorous, it self-propagates, it's drought tolerant, it's beautiful, and it smells good.
And
What's not to love?
And this is what it does to the little native oaks trying to come up. See the little native oak there?
What, that?
That's a live oak from these trees.
It looks like a barely live oak.
Look. But look what the broom does to it, see?
It's not a level playing field.
No, not a level playing field. Nothing else grows this big and makes this much brush naturally up here. They used to have all redwood and live oak up here until everybody cut it down and planted the eucalyptus trees. So trying to reclaim it back so it isn't a fire hazard. And
So just to be devil's advocate, what if I went to the Galapagos Islands and killed all the blue finches because I don't like blue?
no, whatever's native you should kill off, but what is native you should. You ever been to Hawaii and see all the sparrows? Some English woman wanted sparrows in Hawaii and it killed all the food supply for the beautiful native birds. And they still can't kill off all the sparrows.
Here's one. Right next to poison oak, so be careful there.
They partner up to protect each other.
Yeah, it certainly seems so on this hillside. Poison oak and the broom both like areas that have recently encountered a lot of disruption, so that's why they both tend to take over the same area, especially on this hillside, and we have to be very careful not to get...
So they kind of, in a sense, create a symbiosis because the poison oak makes it much more difficult to get in and get all the broom out. You have these work parties, but look at all that shiny poison oak there.
There are some areas we really can't safely go into.
And also I think the poison oak likes a little bit of shade, which the broom provides, so they do sort of go hand in hand.
Yeah, it seems like it on this hillside for sure.
So it's kind of fiendishly evil, you'd say.
I don't know if I characterize plants like that, but...
As a scientist, could you cackle maniacally like a supervillain?
I haven't trained that way.
Broom ha ha ha
I'll
ha.
have to work on it. I'll have to train.
What do you call it?
I actually don't know.
Well, if you had to make up a
I have
name...
some planted in my yard, but I don't know what it's called.
Let's name it. No one's named it. Let's call it... Well, it's not a buttercup, but it looks like a buttercup, but it's blue. How about blue cup?
Blue cup, yeah.
Okay, blue cup it is. Next.
This, I believe it's like...
Purple cup.
No, it's something grass, like...
Oh, that's blue-eyed grass.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, so you see natives coming back, obviously.
But you can't make anything out of this. I mean, soap root, you can make soap and Scotch broom, the Scotch at least make
Well,
brooms out of it.
Who's really assessed the native resources in this area?
Are you just mad because we don't make anything in this country anymore? Or are you like the decline of American industrialism?
Yeah, that's what I'm mad about. No, I'm first of all, I'm not mad, and second of all, we really can't say what these plants can give to us.
You seem a little mad. You got a whole big bag of victims. Oh, is that some thistle? Are you taking out nettle too?
I think that was just a...
Collateral damage.
Yeah, exactly. But thistle is non-native.
Haters gonna hate.
A disturbance to any complex system is going to have unpredictable effects.
So when you have Scotch broom supplanting natives here,
You just don't know what might happen.
there could be cascading effects, like some food resources for that little black-headed chickadee or whatever, towhee, are not available because suddenly the hillside is covered with a monoculture.
Sure.
Hey, you missed one. You're not worried about the poison oak in here?
Yeah, I'm totally worried about it. I got slapped in the face by it when I pulled up one of its neighbors.
Looks like you got a little cut there on your arm too.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you know, battle scars, I guess. My technique right now is to cut the tops off so I can get in close enough to pull the roots. So if you don't pull the roots, they sprout back with multiple stems. They're much harder to get out the next year.
I mean, I don't even understand Scotch Broom. I mean, like, it's not even popular and it smells funny.
He's just a user. He's trying to take over, like, the world.
So
like,
that's why you're out here.
Now I'm killing him.
You're just really pissed off.
Yeah, I'm pissed off.
So the reason broom's a fire hazard is that it grows very tall, up to 15 feet tall, and it dies upright, like this one. And you'll have a stand like this that is a combination of living broom and the dead ones. And it creates a very large fuel load. Dead wood upright is the main cause of the wildfire hazard in this particular park.
So it's even more evil than we thought. It's like The Walking Dead.
It dies with its boots on, upright.
It dies with its taproots on.
It does.
And it spontaneously combusts.
That's
Okay,
an urban myth.
We'll edit that out in post.
But the broom creates a stand of basically kindling.
Well aerated kindling, because if it were just lying on the ground like brush, it might compact.
It doesn't.
So that's part of it, is that it dies standing up, and there's a lot of airspace. Oh, it's fiendishly clever.
It is. You have to admire
I see why you hate it now.
Level.
So,
Love, hate. Admire.
if Scotch Broom were a supervillain, what would its secret power be?
The ability to use flame.
Ooh.
The ability to suppress competing species at will.
But not the invisibility cloak. That's just not working
Not that.
for it, because you can see it everywhere.
Cookie vulture, waiting for one of us to pass out.
You know what? I think it's got his eye on you.
It might. So the final evil characteristic of broom is in late summer, it sets seed pods. It's in the pea family. And they burst in the heat, and they spread their seeds. So one plant will create tens of thousands of seeds. So you'll see a mat that looks like a lawn of baby broom. So it spreads very quickly. So the work we do, mainly you get the large ones that have the blooms, which will become seeds, and then you try and get the carpet of low baby-sized blooms.
So it just carpets the landscape.
Yes.
That is so evil.
It isn't.
It carpet bombs.
Yeah.
So are you going to use the monster truck wrench?
I am. This is actually a medium. I'm just trying to avoid you-know-what.
Yeah.
So that's the taproot. And is this what you were saying?
Yeah. It's got a single taproot usually. It's quite easy to pull out when there's moisture in the soil. By summer, yeah, you couldn't do this. But its weakness, every superhero has a weakness, kryptonite.
Oh, so it's kryptonite.
Its kryptonite is a taproot that isn't very deep, and its root ball is not very big, so it's easy to pull out of the ground.
We found its weakness.
Yeah.
Now we shake hands because the two ends of the tunnel have met.
You guys gonna drive a golden spike?
Yeah, if we had one.
So you're saying you cleared that side of the thicket?
Yeah, and I cleared this
and
side
you cleared this side.
Here we are.
You're gonna go to the volunteers lunch afterwards at the community center?
No, you know, after getting slapped in the face with this poison oak a few times, I think I'm going to go straight home to shower. In fact, I might not even drive my truck home because I don't want to contaminate it.
So no free lunch for you?
No free lunch for me.
So you found a nice shady spot.
Yes, I did.
So that's your kind of work party.
Oh, definitely. And you can see that I'm dressed for it in my nice flash dance arm protectors. So.
Do you mind if I ask you what Scotch Broom ever did to you?
It overgrew all of the lovely native plants that once grew here. So I just don't like to see that kind of travesty happen.
What's so bad about changing ecosystems?
Because California has a lot of amazing native plants that so many of us are never getting to see anymore because there are so many invasive species, and it's nice to have variety, and French broom is definitely against variety.
Scotch Broom or French Broom?
I think it's French broom. That's what I've been told.
So you guys call it French Broom so people will hate it more?
Yes, along with the sticky cheese and the...
Don't even get me started. Just want to pull it out by the roots.
Absolutely.
Usually when you put French in front of something, it makes it better. Like
shishi, right?
Vanilla, French vanilla. Kiss, French kiss. And yet somehow, when you put French in front of broom, it makes you guys crazy. You just go nuts.
It's true. I can't explain it. It's maybe the thing that makes people go crazy over, like, French perfume. You know, it addles our heads.
Oh, it's the pheromones and the sweet-smelling, beautiful yellow flowers that you just want to rip up by the roots.
That must be it.
Wow.
It's a disease.
So, if you could say one thing to French broom, what would you say?
Die!
It wants to know it's dying already. You've pulled it up by the roots. It wants to know, why me?
You're just too aggressive, and you just don't deserve to live.
But I have pretty smelling yellow flowers.
Beauty isn't everything, baby.
Je suis fatigué.
I'm gonna find me some Scotch Broom.
Kill it dead.
Everybody's going to think it's just like a giant party out here.
It is. It's a work party.
It is. That's true.
Wait, isn't work party an oxymoron?
Oh, not at all. Not when you're dealing with something as shishi as French broom. So we're out here because these broom are growing in a giant monoculture stand, and they're really simplifying the ecosystem. There should be naturally growing on the slope a ton of different native species that are all drought resistant, that have learned to survive in California's natural environment. And instead of seeing that lovely salad of different kinds of plants, all you see is just one giant ugly stand of yellow flowers, and that is it. When we could be seeing so much more. All these broom flower at about the same time, and if there were only broom to feed on, which there used to be, all the bees would only have flowers to eat a couple weeks a year.
Oh, that's a good point. Whereas the natives would stagger their blooming cycle.
Exactly. So there's lots of ripple effects throughout the ecosystem.
It's almost gone, except in the deepest poison oak, and I don't know if they're going to go in there or not. But some people are really gung-ho. Isn't this amazing?
Great. Yeah, we got a little pile here. This gets compost.
And you don't worry about the seeds making it through the compost?
Well, in the compost, it's really hot, so the seed won't get to germinate it. Over here, we can't chip it, because if we chip it, then the seeds will...
So you don't want to chip it, you want to bake it slowly over many weeks and months.
Exactly. Bye-bye broom. Thousands of them.
We won.
We have conquered.
We won a very small area of the hillside.
We conquered the hillside.
Ultimately, the Scotch Broom is taking over, though. I'm convinced it's taking over the world.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Hey, we're this guerrilla warfare up there.
Yeah.